Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glenn Tan speaking. This time, I'm going to talk about GRID Multi VRF, short for GNV, the noise troubleshooting. During this presentation, I will show you the typical noise of the outdoor unit and indoor unit. And also, I will offer you how we handle this noise in China domestic market, just for your reference. And for better understanding and for better listening, I recommend to wear the earphones, and also you need to listen carefully. This presentation divides into these 5 parts. I put the corresponding video linkages at the below description area just for your convenience. Outdoor unit noise from the components. Outdoor unit noise. First, it can be overlaid on the reflection, which means it can be easily amplified by the reflection of walls and obstacles. That means it's very important for you to choose where to install the outdoor unit. And here is the formula of this calculation, a little bit complicated, right? So we make it to be simplified, just like this. And first is you just install at the floor, which means there is only one. So the noise just plus only 3 decibel. And if a floor plus a wall, just like this, it will plus 6 decibel. And if at the corner, it will plus 9. And I will also show you some cases of it. You can find that if the outdoor unit installation space is not enough, and it will also deteriorate the noise. Next is also the installation problem, and also I will show you some examples to explain. First is the base. As saying, you will not make this mistake, right? This is very dangerous. And also just consider the vibration of the outdoor unit. At least you need to use a rubber gasket to absorb the noise and also absorb the vibration. And just consider the compressor, especially for the GNV Mini. When you're going to install it, please don't forget to dismantle the compressor fix. This one. And then we will go to the electromagnetic noise. Actually, for this one is it just come from the reactor. The reactor may be poor quality or become damaged. And also we play a video for your reference. The reactor just makes the annoying noise sizzling, right? And the countermeasure is also very easy to just check whether is there any damage from this reactor or to replace a new one. And then the next we go to the fan motor noise, and also I will play an example for your reference. Here is it. And the reason is the poor quality of the components, especially or the installation. And the identify method is just cut off the power directly. If the noise disappears immediately, this noise is the electromagnetic noise. And if this noise just also lasts for a while, maybe for 3 or 4 seconds, this belongs to the air discharge duct or the mechanical noise. And the countermeasure for this one is especially for the fan. And you can dismantle the fan, and if the noise disappear, that means there's something wrong with the fan brake, which means the poor assembly or poor installation or between the fan and the fan motor. So you can use this one, gasket. Just put it in the fan motor shaft to adjust it. Maybe it can improve. And the other one is just change the fan. And then we will go to the compressor noise. And first, we also play a sample for your reference. And you will hear the compressor is squaring, right? And actually, it's something wrong with the compressor. We already know that, and the reason is maybe the compressor rotor or the shaft is stuck, or there's a mechanical wear, or even the coil maybe inside is burned down and also makes it reverse rotate, just something like that. And also you can find it, the noise it gets extremely high and shriek. So you can judge by the by measuring the compressor resistance value of the terminals. It should be less than 2 ohm, and also the insulation resistance between the terminal and the earth, it should be higher than 10 mega ohm. And if there's the abnormal temperature rise at any stage, if you check that the temperature is higher than 120 degree, also means there's something wrong with this compressor. Next, we will go to the component square noise. Basically, it is the gas bypass valve noise. And first, I will play the sample audio for you, just like this. And in the system diagram, where is the gas bypass valve? And here is it, which it connect the compressor discharge and suction side, and from here. And also from this structure, you can find it. Its function is when the compressor is going to start up, or we find that the low pressure is very low, we will turn on this valve, then we can conduct the high pressure to low pressure to make the pressure balance. And why this noise happen is due to the high pressure difference. You can find that the if there is here is the gas bypass valve. If we turn it on, we just conduct the high and low pressure. Due to the pressure difference, it will make the sounds, which the very noisy actually. So, and if you always hear, or maybe there's some malfunction of this gas bypass valve, always will conduct this noise. And the identify method is on the control main board. You can disconnect, which is disconnect this low pressure connector, and within 30 seconds it will shut down. And also with that, before that, the system will just turn on the gas bypass valve, so you can identify whether it's this noise. And as for the countermeasure, is nothing else but just replace a new one. That's all for this part of the presentation. If you still have any other question to ask or to discuss or any suggestion, please feel free to contact me on my personal email address.